We're gonna have steak and eggs. So actually using Denver steak, which is like a lean cut of beef, which is from Morrison's. I've got some that are already pre-marinated yesterday with some spice on it. So if anyone asks, steak and chop spice. So we're gonna have 150 grams of steak, and then I normally use chicken eggs, but I bought these for some reason. Duck eggs. It's good to vary different types of protein sources. So we're gonna have 2 duck eggs with some extra egg whites added in, and that'll be meal 1. So we'll get this put together. Ingredient that I'm a big fan of: mushrooms, which again I like to fry those with steak, and then spinach. Mushrooms super low calorie, good way to pad out meals, and spinach again same. If you need to try and get greens in, these are really easy to digest, so much more so than like broccoli or something like asparagus. So I'm a big fan of using these two. This is rookie. What I should have done is I should have put the mushroom and spinach in first, which is what I normally do. But pressure of the camera, I think I fucked it up. So I'll take the steak out to go and overcook that. I like mushrooms to be pretty annihilated, to be fair. There we go. If you spread it out a little bit more, it makes it feel like a bigger meal, so it lasts longer as well. So, with eggs, you should also try and keep the yolks runny, because it stops a lot of like the nutrients being completely trashed. Most like nutrient dense part of the egg is the yolk. The egg white is obviously it's got a good source of protein, but other than that, there's very little like micronutrients and stuff like that in it. So try and always have some yolks that you can do in your macros. Breakfast you're probably going to get, so 2 eggs, probably about roughly 80 grams of extra egg whites, actually duck eggs, and then 150 grams of steak, lean steak, mushrooms and spinach. So easy go-to breakfast. So we'll tell you how I do this. So initially you get oats, so we've got organic oats here, better quality. I'm using 1 carb meal a day generally on my rest days, sometimes 2, but I'm aiming for around 100 grams of carbs a day. Be generous. And then what we're going to do is add in 100 grams of egg whites. So this is just pure protein. So 100 grams of egg whites is 11 grams of protein, 50 calories, so very, very little. But what you'll find with this, that it makes it really thicken up. So I'll literally just add egg white straight into there. So that's 100 grams. And then add boiling water on top. And what we also do is add in frozen blueberries again. So again we'll add 80 grams. Easy peasy. And then all you simply do is stir. Now we add it in the microwave and pretty much nuke it from there. So key to this is to make sure you don't put the whey protein in before you put it into the microwave. So again, that's just oats, frozen blueberries, 100 grams of egg whites, and we microwave that for probably 2.5 minutes, and you'll see it'll thicken up massively. Okay, so that's straight out of the microwave. As you can see, that's now thickened up massively. So if I wanted to try and make this even more bigger and voluminous, you could add more water to this and then nuke it again, but having the egg whites in there really helps to thicken this up, so it makes it proper chunky. What we're going to do now is add in the greatest tasting chocolate protein ever, the chocolate honeycomb from Muscle Nation. This is a new tub and the scoop is at the bottom again. So let's try to fork time it. Yes, much easier. It's gym hack 101, use a fork to find the scoop. So we're going to go 2 scoops of whey protein. So that's 50 grams. Bosh, literally. So you can stir that in. Again, you want to make sure that you don't add the whey protein in before you cook it, because whey protein denatures when you heat it, which is why it's always important to buy good quality whey protein like the Muscle Nation Whey Isolate that's cold processed, so it's not heated when they manufacture it, because that essentially ruins the quality of it and how well your body can absorb the nutrients. So this is now getting massive and picking out loads. So that's enormous. And what we're going to add into this, get a little bit more carbs in here. So if you want to go put on some size and gain some more mass, don't get too bloated, I've started using this real carbs powder. Personally, I just love the flavours. It's blueberry cobbler flavoured. So I'm adding half a scoop of that in, which is about 10 grams of extra carbs. And again, don't heat that up, just add it in afterwards like dry weight. And again, add a nice flavour to it all. And it also smells awesome, so that's that. Next up, the piece of the resistance, the Hershey sugar-free chocolate syrup. So this, again, is the icing on the cake. That's it. Job done. That's one easy protein, carb-rich meal, super nutrient dense, and it's fairly fluffed out and filled out. So if you want a big portion of something to fill you up on those cold winter days, give it a try. Add egg whites, whey protein, oats, a little bit of carb powder if you want to have that in there, and then Hershey sugar-free syrup. It's an absolute banging meal, so give it a try. It's one of my favourites. We're here now at Muscleworks. I'm going to go into my cardio. I'm going to do 45 minutes list, try and keep my heart rate around 130 beats per minute, and then I'm going to go into the abs workout afterwards. So I'm going to get cracking with this now. For entertainment, I'm going to use my phone. So I have 2 phones, one to watch on YouTube, the other to work and text away, so I'm making use of the time of being efficient. So I'm going to get into the fat burning zone, and then we'll go through abs after this. Okay, so today guys, we're going to run you through my absolute abs plan off my custom CTO coaching app. So today's a rest day, so that's when I generally tend to do my ab training. So first up, what we've got is this, in terms of a workout, is 3 supersets. So 2 exercises together as a superset, and we're going to do that 3 times essentially. So first up, we've got a V-sit with a twist using a medicine ball, and then we're going to go into a jackknife sit-up with a Swiss ball. On all of these exercises, we're going to try and get around 20 reps. So we'll do 4 rounds of 20 reps on each. So we'll do 20 reps on the V-sit, then 20 reps on the jackknife sit-up. Next in, we're then going to go into a weighted cable crunch. This is something you can load quite heavily, so we're going to do that superset with a hanging leg raise. So again, they're almost putting loads on opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of the top and the bottom of your abs within the second superset. So that's a good variation. And then last but not least, we're then going to go into the final superset, which is the leg raise, which is going to be on a assisted like Roman chair machine. But we're going to try and take the legs out at like a 45-degree angle and really try and focus on crunching and pulling through our abs, not our hip flexors. And then we're going to go into the air bike, go for about 20 reps as fast as you can to complete failure, to really try and burn through your obliques and your abs. In terms of some small little tips with this, really try and focus on all the crunching movements. Try to pull your belly button in as you crunch forward, and try and control your breathing. So as you crunch, try and blow the air out of your lungs, and that will allow you to get a stronger crunch and contraction, and then suck your belly button in at the same time. So don't blow your stomach out as you crunch forward, pull your stomach in as you crunch in, and it will take you through the ab workout now. Okay, so next meal post cardio, we're now going to have around 125 grams of salmon, so salmon fillet, and then also with already pre-cooked king prawns, 150 grams there. I personally love prawns, they're a little bit expensive, but in terms of calories, 100 grams only 68 calories, 15 grams protein, so very lean and a good protein source. I'm going to have that with kale, some sliced mushrooms, and then for some extra added fats, I'm going to add 10 grams of extra virgin olive oil onto that as well, so really high quality stuff. So initially I'm going to microwave the mushrooms and then the kale in the microwave, and then the salmon I've already got pre-cooked with a little bit of roasted peppers, and then we've got aubergine or eggplant, I think you Americans call it, also to go with this. So I'm going to microwave the kale and mushrooms first, and then we'll add the rest. One salmon fillet. Very eloquently taken off there. So that's just been oven baked. Eat part of it now. And then got king prawns. So that's easy peasy. And then what we're going to do, I'm just going to add 10 grams of extra virgin olive oil, good quality fats. And the most important thing with olive oil is to get cold pressed and extra virgin and dark bottles. So that basically means it's a really high quality, and you want it in a dark glass bottle so the oil doesn't get doesn't basically break down naturally from the sunlight, so it doesn't oxidize, I think is the word I'm looking for. So we're going to use 10 grams. Onion salt. Should do a hot sauce, that's essential. So again, this is super low calorie, bit of flavour. And that's it, job done. That's meal 4 for the day. So that's a high protein, medium fat, low carb meal option, which works superbly well. It's one of my favourites and tastes super tasty, digests really easily as well. So if you haven't tried prawns and salmon together, I highly recommend it. So these are the last 2 meals that I'm going to have today. So we've got, these are both from my lunchbox meal prep. Just got 200 grams teriyaki chicken with green veg. So that's just proteins, low fat, low carb. So that's 1 meal. And the last meal we have got is 2 steak burgers. That's 240 grams of beef with obviously green veg again. And what I'm going to add to this as a little bit extra for some fats is 18 grams of almond butter to add some extra fats to the meal and extra calories overall. And an interesting weird twist that I quite like to add, something I recommend everyone gets, this is a basil plant. It smells very nice, so I like to pick like bits of fresh basil to add to a lot of my meals, and that's a really good way to make your food taste great, and it's also very good for your health in terms of having fresh herbs and also spices. You can get those obviously as well with everything you're eating. So this is my full diet in terms of a rest day diet, my low carb day, only 100 grams of carbs today. So if you're trying to get leaner or building mass, I would highly suggest doing some form of carb cycle. So this would be an example of how I would structure my day with a lower carbohydrate amount and generally the foods I'm eating, so you get an idea of how I set it up. I'll put the full diet in the caption below in the summary for the video. So if you've got any questions, please drop a comment below. And if you need any help with your own diet or training, please drop me a message. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications and like the video.